This is an educational documentary of Iyen Victor. So during my time in the 90s, during the time of President Abacha, was the collapse of the government school. Why? Because of the consistent strike by teachers, which he refused to make remedy of. They also meet their needs. So the strike was so consistent. We stayed for almost a year at home without getting to school. So that was the period when government started collapsing. So in 1996, I left Niger College. Niger College was one of the prominent government schools there. Just as we had ICC, Edo College, Western Boys, Niger College was one of the prominent government schools at that time. The most of the best government schools. They have the complete basic tech lab, physics lab, chemistry lab. It was a joy of being in that school, but the collapse of government school made us to make a wrong decision by changing. We had no option. We have to change, but it was disastrous for us because moving to a private school to a sector that was not ready for that kind of sharp change was somehow to us. We were being taught by a graduate in our secondary school days was a very after the collapse of government school in the private school was something I don't know how to explain because most of the private schools don't have real graduates. They improvise. They look for students that you even left secondary school to be assisting them. So you private school you only see private school that can boast of graduates in all their subjects, especially science subjects. They in most cases improvise and bring on the new student teacher to be teaching us. It was not that easy for us. So I went to Olimbiri Comprehensive College, which is at first is secular. So it was not that easy. I didn't make my O level my first city. The standard of WAEC was high then. Unfortunately, I could not make WAEC on my first city. Even when some assistants came to us that time, the senior prefect refused it conservatively. Which none of us, no students till now, will ever forgive him for what he did. But we have to move on. So later on, it was unfortunate that during that period, I was admitted into University of Benin controversially against my wish, which I will not have to go into detail of it. But be admitted to University of Benin controversially without my permission, without getting my permission before being admitted to the school. Giving me admission or unauthorized of my admission does not make me happy today. So the brief you see here, but I have to move on. So I was admitted to University of Benin in 1998. So this was some of my classmates then. This was my classmates. This was Faculty of Engineering. I see this Faculty of Engineering. These were my classmates. This was my hostel, Otiri. You can see me. This was my block. This was my block G. It was one of our hobby there was playing football. This is football. This is a post. So this was my friend there in engineering. He was a student of civil engineering, Mr. Chas. So this was me during my days. My school, my days of undergraduate was a mix of fortune, depression, and others, which I will not go detail. This was me in Victor, just like an old schooler. This was me in Victor. This was me in Victor. This was the time. This was the period I was called back to school. Because this was the period I was called back to school to update my studentship. And the project I took was developing a fast relief funnel, supervised by Professor of Fluid Mechanics, Professor James Asalo was my supervisor. So this was the development of my funnel. This is the prototype. So this was the first stage of my development of funnel, and this was my project. So this was my closest friend in the mechanical there, Jerry Dowser. This was my closest friend in engineering, and these were my classmates in mechanical engineering. These were my classes in mechanical engineering. And these years, most of them were my classmates. When we went to excursion in Warri, a resource center in Warri, these were my friends. These were my classmates. We were on suit. This was do the final year what ceremony. And this me here. This was my classmates. This was my classmate. This very funny classmate of mine. This were my classmates. You can see they were in laughing mode then. Then this me, just living freestyle. Living freestyle. This when we went to excursion resort in Warri. So there was this on level of shyness in us. This was me. It was a fall, and this was me during the excursion to the Warri. So this most of them were my classmates here. So this student were from civil engineering. The students was classmate was civil engineering, while I was in mechanical. This year when we went for excursion, these were my classmates. So this was also my classmates. This one is structural engineering. So these two were students of civil engineering in when I was a student of University of Benin mechanical. So let's move on. Okay. This was me and my younger brothers. This was me and my younger brothers. This was when I did my birthday. Let me bring it down. This was when I did my birthday. When I was 35 years. 2015. 9th March 2015 was when I was 35 years. So this is my frame here. So let's move on. Now, one of the happiest days of this family was when I graduated from University of Benin. This was a 2007 graduation ceremony. This my father, my mother. This me doing my graduation ceremony, and this remained the happiest day of the family. And not just the happiest day of the family, it was a libation for education. And after which the family produced 7 graduates, which is still a standard in the family, in the whole family of Iyen lineage, that people look up to try to see if they can do it, all graduates. So let me move on to the other aspect. And coincidentally, the year I graduated was the year my younger sister also graduated from computer economics. So this is my younger sister, this is me, this is my father, my mother. So it was the happiest of the family. So this is a picture of me and my immediate younger sister. A picture to just appreciate me as a brother. And I have to develop it and enlarge it for what she has done. Let me move on. This was my university days. These were my classmates from other faculties, from that department. This for me, mechanical. Why the others were from civil engineering. This is my classmate there in engineering. So I served in Anambra State. Let me pick up my friend. I served in Anambra State. In Anambra State in 2007. I served in Batch B. And this lady was my closest copper friend those days when I was in camp. He's a friend, so we snapped together. And this picture is one of the best of my NYC picture. Let me see bring more of that. This one of the prominent picture I took in NYC camp. This was my the soldier controlling my platoon. This were my platoon coppers. We were the same platoon. We were platoon level. was Plateau 11 in Anambra State. Batch B corpus. So this was me, and this were the other fellow coppers. So let me also move on. So this is also one of my picture, just a picture, and at the age, this was my 35, when I was 35 years. What was my picture of those days? So it was a refreshing memory. It was a refreshing documentary, and I pray with the grace of God, I will end well. I'm one of the renowned alumni of Bishop Benin. I will not just I will be I should be able to make an impact in society. People should always should look up to me. I want to become like a person people should look up to. Correcting things that are not supposed to be done in society, making sure the mistakes and the mistakes and the wrongdoings that happen during this university system, society should be correct. I have to try to make moves to correct them, and that is what mentorship is all about. Living, correcting, making sure that the right things are being done in society. That is what I should be known for, not a compromiser. So thank you all for looking and listening to the documentary.